Welcome back to Brent Tang. I'm Brent Barnett. You know, depending upon your playing situation, you're not always able to, or maybe you don't want to, use a standard size kit. You know, a 20 or 22 inch bass drum with 1 or 2 rack toms, floor toms, snare. You don't have the space on the ground to use, or maybe you don't want to haul around all the drums. Well, we have a pedal with an attachment that will allow you to turn your floor tom into a cocktail kit. So here we have the SC-GFTCCK, which is the floor tom cocktail conversion kit. It comes with 2 components, a pedal with a reverse angle beater, so the beater strikes up instead of forward, and the pedal mount, which is a U-shaped adjustable mount where there's 2 clamps on the ends and it connects to 2 floor tom legs, turning your floor tom into a cocktail drum. So now your floor tom not only plays as a floor tom, but it doubles as a bass drum. So here's one setup that I have it utilized in. At one time, I had my 22 inch bass drum, 2 rack toms, floor tom, snare, 2 crashes, ride, and hi-hats. I was able to condense that setup down to a floor tom, a snare, a ride, a crash, and hi-hats. I utilized the same ride cymbal stand, and I just mounted the 16-inch crash directly to the ride cymbal boom using the SC-CLBRA. So now I've got one stand connecting 2 cymbals together. Then I still have my hi-hats and then my snare on their own stand. So here's another configuration I came up with. I condensed it even further than from what it was before. I got rid of the ride cymbal and the crash because I don't need it. I'm just playing 2 and 4 at the gig that I'm playing at, right? I wanted to add another rack tom sound, so I added a 10-inch tom and I mounted it off of the front leg of the floor tom. I didn't need a hi-hat stand because my whole hi-hat sound is closed, so all I needed was an X-hat, so I connected that to the back leg of the floor tom. So now I've got 3 things all mounted on the same unit without having to increase the footprint, and I'm decreasing the amount of stuff that I'm carrying to and from my car. So, to get the rack tom attached to the front leg, what I used was the SC-PLRA, which is an L-rod with a ratchet angle adjustment clamp. So I clamped it directly to the floor tom leg, and then I flipped the small diameter side around so the large diameter side was mounting the drum. Now the X-hat, my hi-hat, I'm using a cymbal arm attachment, which is the SC-CMBRA, which is a medium cymbal boom with a ratchet angle. So the ratchet angle attached to the floor tom leg, and then I had to add the X-hat add-on, which is the SC-XHAT. I threaded that right over the 8mm cymbal post, and now I've got an X-hat attached to my floor tom right on my right side. So now I have less drums to set up, I have less drums to carry, and I was able to do it all because I converted my floor tom to a cocktail drum. And it's all because of the floor tom cocktail conversion kit. Okay, so I just showed you guys how to convert your floor tom to a cocktail drum. Because of this, you can condense your setup, you can create a smaller footprint, and you don't have to carry so many drums and cymbals around. You don't have to carry so much hardware around. You can mount a lot of stuff to the floor tom, just like I did here. Now there's a number of options that you can do. I just showed you a couple configurations. Now I would love to see what you guys can do. We'll see you next time.